What up, guys? Dave here, all geared up, FFL.com. Just wanted to do a quick rundown on this Mark 18 after I shot it. And my goal is to get some more shooting footage with this thing. I want to get it back out to the range and get it sighted in. But I got it sighted in at 25 yards, but I want to really get this thing sighted in at 100 yards. And it was good. So we have just under 100 rounds to it quickly at the range, and it was great. No issues. So I wanted to do a quick rundown. Especially because you could follow the shorts on the build. We built this thing through the YouTube shorts, and but I wanted to do a quick rundown. So it started out as the Aero Precision upper and lower. It's just a regular Aero Precision the X15 lower, and the goal was to send the receiver set out with furniture to Battle Ready Arms down in Florida. Really nice guy, great company. They do amazing work, and he's done a couple of projects of mine so far. So the goal, I wanted black multicam, and I saw how he did his black multicam, and I really was a big fan. So I sent him the upper and lower, the B5 government SOP mod stock, the B5 grip, the KAC panels, and the vertical grip, and he did that. I went ahead and took on the aimpoint mount. That's the pre-aimpoint mount. I'll get that in a second, but that's all Ranger tape, and the flashlight is Ranger tape, and it matches pretty well. So I had that sent down. He did that. He knocked that out in no time. Sent it back up, and I started started building. So I had to get a couple parts. It took a while to get this all together. So the two hardest things were obviously the quad rail. So I was looking for was it a wrist rail, but that's a RAS rail. So the only difference I believe is that screw right there that kind of screws into the barrel nut. I went ahead and pulled the trigger on that. I forget the company that I got it from. If I remember, I'll list it in the comments. I didn't have Battle Ready do anything with it. It came in here. It look at it. It's all like, it looked like it got some use. So I wanted to keep it like that. And it went on this build really nicely. Bolted right down on that bolt right there. And I couldn't be happier. So I think it looks so cool with that surplus rail. I mean, it could be the fucking rail that put down Osama bin Laden. I'll tell people that, but I don't know. I mean, the stories that rail could have. I mean, who knows? But it's on my gun now, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I got that, and the hardest thing was the carry handle, and so I got the LMT carry handle, and I got it chopped down right there, cut it right down to make a backup rear sight, and I hit it with some spray paint. So those are the two hardest things to get. The panels I probably overpaid for, and the grip, but they were brand new. I went with the brand new ones because they came with the locking tabs or the clips right there. Some of the used panels at gun shows and stuff, they just didn't have them. I'm sick and tired of waiting for it, so I went and got some brand new ones and had them sent. I sent that down for some Cerakote, and that's that. So what else we got? Standard lower parts kit except for the trigger. That's that new Geisley M4 trigger, and I had some trouble at first. When I first put it in there, it would fail to reset. I swapped the pins with some other pins I had laying around, and it fixed it. So I don't know if that's a tolerance stacking issue with Geisley, their pins, and then the Cerakote and the lower, but that was fixed. I was playing around with it after the build, and I noticed it was failing to reset. Swapped those pins out, and I shot it, and no problems. So if you guys ever had that problem with Geisley triggers or something, just swap some pins out and try there. So I went with the standard, castle nut, or sorry, not castle nut, end plate, and castle nut. My stake job isn't the best, but it is staked twice. I won't show that. Standard carbine buffer and carbine buffer spring I pulled out of my Daniel Defense Mark 18. That is running a Super 42 by Geisley, so I just reused that. In this, I have the little multi-tool that B5 will fit right into that. It fits right into this thing. Let's see if I can pull it out quick. Yeah, here you go. So there's a little multi-tool here. So I got the multi-tool on the end of the buttstock. Now, I did a pre-gas buster. I wanted to keep this as original, and I was trying to put my parts list together. And a lot of people were talking, you got to use PRI and KAC and all that stuff. So it's not going to be 100% clone, but I tried my best to do I even tied the sling on the buttstock, but I hate not being able to take my sling off. So that's an IWC QD that I bolted onto that stock, so I can have a QD on the back, so I can at least take the sling off, and when I separate the upper and lower. I went with the Son of Liberty Gunworks bolt carrier group. C158 bolt steel. They make an awesome bolt carry group. Staking's done nicely. Never any problems with them. That's what I was gonna use, and that's what I got. Geisley M4 trigger, like I mentioned. Standard barrel nut. So I went with the Daniel Defense barrel 1 in 7 twist 5x6 barrel, and then that's their front sight post. That's a BCM swivel. So yeah, it went together really, really nicely, this build, and I couldn't be happier. And that's a Magpul light sling, just a standard Magpul light sling. And the suppressor I'm using is the Dead Air Sierra 5. As soon as they launched this, I knew I was not going to buy the Knights Armament suppressor. I'm not spending $2,000 on a suppressor, sorry. So, but I saw this. It has that knurled look, retro design. So I wanted it. I got it, and I wanted the Xeno mount, I believe it is. And here it is, right here on my BRN 180. Looks like a standard like bird cage. So I was like, and it's left-hand thread. So that suppressor and that rifle, these two rifles are going to share this suppressor until I get another one. But it sounds great, nice sounding, especially in the indoor range where I shot this. It was pretty quiet for a short barrel 5.56, and it was definitely fun to shoot. The other thing would be the retro light. So I went and got a retro light, Surefire, I forget the model, and it looked ridiculous. It was gigantic. The lumens weren't that bad, great. So I scrapped that and went ahead and got the Surefire Pro, the M340C Pro with some Ranger tape. That has an integrated mount right there for the Picatinny rail. And I got a Cloud Defense tape switch holder, and it bolted right there with my thumb over. I like to hold, when I hold guns, rifles, I like to do a C-clamp, and it was perfect setup for me. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything else, but as far as the aim point goes, that's the Aim Point Pro. I did get the old school tether and turret caps and battery cap, and I put those on. That big beefy mount that it comes with the Aim Point Pro, I gave that to a buddy, and I bought the PRI mount to make it look like the more of an original mount you would see. So there it is, the rundown on the rifle. More updates to come. Maybe I'll do some shooting updates, but the gun has been great. I enjoyed building it, I enjoyed shooting it, and I enjoyed sharing it with you guys. As far as the BRN 180, this is, if you guys don't know about anything about the Brownells 180 upper, so this is a self-contained recoil system, so you can use your folding stocks and stuff like that. That's sitting on an M4E1. Those optics kind of float around different rifle builds, so I'm probably need a really nice optic for this gun, but that's another one that we built up, and we got to go test fire. It's already been fired a few times, suppressed, but we need to get it back out there because that's also a really fun gun. It is heavy, but it's a fun gun to shoot. So, all right, guys, so check it out last time. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you.